All right, joining me now is Dr. Raman R. Gangakhedkar. He's the ex-Deputy Director, ICMR. Appreciate you joining us. Happy New Year and congratulations somewhere down the line. A spectacular opening to the year of all those months and months of answering questions. When will there be a vaccine? If there will be a vaccine? It's there. We've got the approval.
Yeah. And I also wish all your viewers a happy new year. At the same time, I must also say, though the vaccine has come, please don't lower your guards. You have to continue to follow the COVID appropriate behavior and also ensure that the decline that has taken place should not reverse by being complacent with following COVID appropriate behavior. We understand that vaccine, once it's rolled out, perhaps we will also have an additional weapon in our hand, but we will need to continue our behavior for at least 1 or 2 years over a period of time.
So, with the conditional approval now being given to Covishield, what does conditional approval mean? A lot of people are raising that question.
Yeah, conditional approval has multiple issues that are associated with it. One thing which we have to understand is conditional approval is generally given when there is an unmet need. When we know that we don't have a good weapon in our hand, and if we feel that it's an emergency for which we will have to provide some kind of tool for people to fight with, you consider that case for restricted use for vaccines or emergency use authorization for drugs as such. But once you give such an approval, it has multiple conditions that are associated with it. I am not very sure until the time these are reflected on the website of DCGI. DCGI himself tends to come out and will inform the people that what are those conditions. Now I'll give you some examples of what these conditions are like. Now one must remember that one kind of conditional approval which is has some implication is over the process of informed consent. One may have to take informed consent from such individuals. Second thing, we need to remember that the trials which are yet to be fully completed, you will have to continue the same trial and generate the data locally. The reason why perhaps AstraZeneca may have received this approval for restricted use is only because they at least have phase 2 data from the country itself and phase 3 data which has been collected from UK, Brazil and South Africa and such sites must have been considered for its toxicity profile. But one needs to wait and see as to what conditions have been attached for that. I'm sure they must be continuing to ask them to continue those phase 3 trials in India. The third thing which is also important for us to understand is restricted use could also be a conditional approval saying that it will only be provided in the program conditions. So it's provided only through public health setting as such. Now that's something which we will have to watch. So conditional approval has considerable meanings. We need to wait for the final approval being displayed on DCGI website.
Right. So the fact now there is conditional approval, what does that actually mean in terms of we rolling out our vaccination drive? And a lot of questions are also being asked for an average Joe, sir, because we have a protocol in place, frontline workers, then those, who are older with comorbidities. But for an average person, when can he or she actually expect to be vaccinated?
See, if this is a conditional approval where we are saying that it has to be rolled out through only the government because there will be a tight monitoring over the side effects that may come, over other issues which may arise with respect to vaccine administration, then in that case, it will only remain in the public sector. But at the same time, one must be cognizant that today there was another news that came from Government of India that government has removed the cap for export and import of COVID vaccines that was already there in place. Now, which essentially means people can bring in newer vaccines which have been approved by regulators on the other side, as well as they will have to approach our regulator and get that approval, but they will be distributed in the country by some distributors, which will actually ensure that the access to these vaccines, the other vaccines also, will perhaps be enhanced to a larger extent. People may have to use their own money if they feel that they need to receive the vaccine urgently. They may buy that vaccine and take it by themselves. So both issues can happen. How soon that will happen, whether we will be opening up to the private sector, is something which we'll have to see. It depends on the interest of that commercial entity, the vaccine manufacturer, to take approval from DCGI. For example, if Pfizer wants to sell their vaccine in the country, they have already perhaps submitted their intent, but I am told that their intent is that they would like to supply it only through the governmental supplies.
Okay.
But we do not know exactly. We'll have to wait. It all depends on multiple players, vaccine manufacturer, distributors as well.
So, sir, net, what you're saying is for somebody to actually go and buy a vaccine from, shelves of medical stores is very far away. That's not happening anytime soon.
No, I wouldn't say very far away. See, I would say that would happen in a reasonable period, and I would not be completely surprised if we would perhaps get those kinds of different vaccines from other manufacturers soon enough. As I said, the company should be willing to go for the process of approval from DCGI, and they should have distributor who's willing to take that vaccine into India and supply them. So it's meeting of mind of both which will decide when it will be available.
So one quick question before I let you go, which is, the government has already said that they are not going to vaccinate everybody. They're going to vaccinate a certain set of the population. But the fact that a certain set in India is going to be vaccinated soon will give us a huge handle on the pandemic, won't it? Because all of we were talking about the herd immunity would possibly kick in then.
No, they to understand. When the government is saying that they will not supply it to everybody, it's the central government which is saying that I will not be in a position to supply to everybody. The states have also got to contribute in the process, so that if both of them come together, the final aim of providing vaccine to everybody will also fructify. Now, the second issue that is important is, do we need to immunize everybody? The issue is, if the kind of UK variant which has posed some kind of challenge in terms of understanding why it has emerged, which was not expected in such a period of 12 months' time, which is too short for developing mutations in absence of any antiviral which is specific. Perhaps immune system, the virus tends to stay for a very short period of time to stimulate development of mutation. But since it has occurred, the earlier threshold of herd immunity, if it was that if I was one who used to believe that 70% people should be vaccinated, perhaps we'll have to go more closer towards the higher numbers, because the newer variants can challenge you later, and that's something which would be crucial for us to understand. We will have to make extra efforts if we want to beat the development of variants through vaccination program.
So just one final question. By when would you see a large population of our country vaccinated, if you have to give a timeline to it?
I think it will all depend on what kind of model of vaccine delivery are we going to adopt. Today, we know about the intentions of the government to provide it through public healthcare system. But if you add private sector, perhaps it can happen far more rapidly, but the cost may be an issue. The government would have different options to even negotiate cost for marketing in India if they are going to give approvals for marketing through the private sector. So it will all depend on how each player plays their cards. And I would not be averse to thinking that we may still be reasonably, perhaps would have a large section of our population covered with vaccines, maybe by March 2022.
March 2022. All right. Appreciate you joining us. Doctor, thank you. Appreciate you joining us, and congratulations as well. I hope you have a spectacular year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.